This question says find all vertical asymptotes and create a rough sketch of the graph near each asymptote. So our function is f of x equals x plus 2 over x squared minus 9x plus 14. So before we find the vertical asymptote, we have to make sure that our function is in lowest terms. So that means that we want to factor our denominator and cancel out any common factors that we have. So our denominator, which is x squared minus 9x plus 14, is going to factor into x and x. Factors of 14 are 7 and 2, and I'm going to make them both negative. And that is the correct factorization. You notice that we don't have any common factors, so I'm going to have vertical asymptotes at these two factors. So you're going to find them by setting each factor equal to 0. So we're going to have a vertical asymptote at x equals 7 and another vertical asymptote at x equals 2. So we have vertical asymptote x equals 7, vertical asymptote at x equals 2. So we can kind of eliminate A and B because A doesn't have a vertical asymptote and B only has one vertical asymptote. So we want to narrow down our sketch to be one of these two pictures. So when we have our asymptotes, let me draw them. We're going to have at 2 we'll have a vertical line, and at 7 we'll have a vertical dashed line. Those are going to be where our asymptotes are. Now, vertical asymptotes will have your y values either going to infinity or negative infinity. We don't know which one, and that's why we need to figure out how to sketch the graph, whether the graph will go to infinity or negative infinity. So what I mean is if I go on this side of the 7, my graph might be going up to infinity like this, or my graph might be going down to negative infinity like that. I need to test it out to see which is which. So the way I test it out is just by picking a value that is slightly bigger than 7. So since this is 7, I'm going to pick a number that's just a little bit bigger than 7, like maybe 8, and see what's happening to the y. So if I figure out f of 8, that's 8 plus 2 over 8 squared minus 9 times 8 plus 14. That gives me 10 over 64 minus 72 plus 14. Okay, 64 minus 72 is negative 8 plus 14. It's 10 over 6. That's a positive value. So because that comes out to be a positive value, I know the graph is going to go to positive infinity. So I know that this part of the graph will go to positive infinity. Then I need to know what's happening on the other side. So 7 and below 7 would give me 6. So let's find f of 6. 6 plus 2, 6 squared minus 9 times 6 plus 14 would be 8 over 36 minus 54 plus 14. That's 8 over 36 minus 54. Negative 18 over 14. That's 8 over negative 4. This comes out to be negative. So because it comes out to be negative, I know this part of the graph will be going down to negative infinity. So then I need to know what's happening on either side of the 2. So I'm going to plug in 3 and 1. F of 1 is 1 plus 2 over 1 squared minus 9 times 1 plus 14. That's 3 over 1 minus 9 plus 14. That's 3 over negative 8 plus 14. It's 3 over 6. That's positive. So I know on the left side of this asymptote, that's going to go to positive infinity. And let's see what's happening on the other side. F of 3. That's 3 plus 2 over 3 squared minus 9 times 3 plus 14. It's 5 over 9 minus 27 plus 14. That's 5 over 9 minus 27. That's negative 18 plus 14. That's 5 over negative 4. That's a negative, so that's going to go to negative infinity. So on this side, it goes to negative infinity. And that matches graph C. Thank you for checking out my videos. Have a great day.